Good Sunday afternoon, everyone. For some of us, it's the beginning of the week. For some of it, it's the end of the week. For us here at the Turn Giants, it's just another post-game show with me, Dave, and Dash, the double D. How's it going, bud?
Hey, what's going on, Dave? I am having a blast because I have two reasons to be super excited, courtesy of our rivals crosstown. Torino absolutely beat Milan 2 to
Yes, they
1.
did.
Upset of the evening. Pretty phenomenal. Serie A starting to get wild. We're going to start seeing some big teams dropping some points.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some pandemonium. So we've got that. We're going to talk about some milk post-game stuff. Illing Jr. and also maybe tease our little Fagioli Del Piero reel that we have. Maybe.
Well, have you guys not seen it already? The
I mean,
shorts?
yeah, we
Because
should.
5.8 thousand or 5,800 people have seen it allegedly. Are you not one of them? So please go
Yeah,
watch it.
watch it and share it.
And share it and comment and do all the good stuff. Please.
And,
Thank you.
and the other thing too, I forgot to mention it as well, is the Salernitanas beat the Eagles, or shall we
Yes.
say, the fascists.
Yeah, well, that's alleged.
Alleged.
Yeah.
Of course. But hey, upset weekend, so it makes the Lecce win feel even better, even though we were able to reel the hell out of Fagioli's goal. Because, if the folks that actually did watch that short that we had, there was a lot of research that went into that short. The amount of Del Piero goals I had to look for to find the one that we could transition perfectly for it. I mean, shout out to Juventus HQ for making it happen. I mean, the guy's a wizard. But,
Yes. Now, we should check to see when I released and when the article came out. Football Italia, their headline referenced how Fagioli was like ADP, like the goals were the same, just in the headline like that. So I wonder, was it inspired or free thought of, right? Is it one of those coincidences? It always makes you wonder.
yeah, there's so many, but the thing is with Fagioli, man, the guy says he's got a new idol every day of the week. I mean, first it was Dybala, then it was Del Piero, then it was like Tony Cruz, now it's Kevin De Bruyne. Like,
You're allowed to have multiples, are you not? Like, look at the Marvel universe. There's how many? 7,500 of them? Like, how do you choose just one?
I mean, it's Marvel, but like, because yeah, even Sharif says Fagioli mentioned the Dybala inspiration, even though the goal legitimately looks like a Del Piero goal. Like,
Well, yeah, it's the same goal.
It is
Like,
literally
the
the
same
same
goal.
strike. It is
No difference.
ridiculously. And yeah, we actually did research on it. The amount of Del Piero goals we looked at just to find the exact same spot with the same exact finish, hitting the same exact part of the net. Outreal.
So that was you. You researched that. You say we, but that was you. You went to the tapes.
I got it. Well, because I was hearing all the news of Del Piero, and I was like, what if I can find this, or I can find a clip that actually matches it? So then I was looking at like iconic goals. There's like one. So the one that we used, I think it was Genoa, but there was like one against Dortmund. There was one against Toyota Bucharest. There was like a bunch of Del Piero goals in that same fashion. So what I did was I took a list of the videos that I saw. I shortlisted all of them, and then I had to watch Fagioli's goal and then try to get something that was similar. I think the only thing that was different between Del Piero's goal and Fagioli's goal was Del Piero got a long ball from the middle of the park versus across from Illing. So I think that was like the main difference. But again, if someone's going to be anal about it, come at me, bro. I'm right here.
Yeah. So I don't know. Should we make this a segment or I just pull out shitty comments?
We could.
Because, I mean, I just shake my head, right? It's one of the first things I do in the morning. I get up today for reasons it was 4 a.m. I love to do that on the weekend. My body hates me. So I wake yeah, Ronaldo would wake up at 4 a.m. too and just start working out. I grab a cup of coffee and play a round or two of FIFA before I do anything myself. But yeah, just I look at the comments. I just see if I have to reply to anything, and I try to reply to everything I can. Of course, pretty much everything. So on this short, it was okay. so the writing is bad, which is why this is kind of ironic and stupid. It says his so bad bro wata, meaning he's so bad bro what? I tried to
You
say
know,
his bad
you
spelling
know,
at the
there's a
same time, right?
translation on that comment where you can translate it too.
So how do you
Yeah,
translate
dude,
comments?
I was on my phone when I was looking at it, and then it said translate, and I hit the button, and then it says, "Come on now." I'm like,
Come on.
"What?"
Well, they're translating broken ass English to English, I guess. I don't know. This is
I don't
I don't get it. So that was the shitty comment of the day that we're trying to be excited that this young kid's goal looked almost exactly like ADP, and all Buddy had to say was like, "This guy's bad."
I've got news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
I just don't know why anybody has to go out of their way to just shit on somebody else's day. I just don't get it. Let's shit on their day. We will publicly embarrass these people. I'm not saying their name, but if you're watching, you know who you are. Be better if you are. Let's move on. So I guess that's the happy music into the new segment. Oh man. So, anyways, talking about Juventus. Uh, well, let's just talk about the table because there's a couple games tomorrow, none that really matter. Um, yeah, maybe Roma. Roma matters. So, yeah, so we're sitting in seventh. We're at 22 points. Napoli at 32. So they still have Napoli's doing well. Let's be honest, they're doing really well. Atalanta has 27. That's 5 points out from second place. That's not that bad. We're 2 points out from Inter still and Lazio, three from Milan. We're within a game of striking distance of the European spots all of a sudden. So we still like to shit on the parade, I guess. But hey, all of a sudden we're competitive. Whereas a couple weeks ago, and I mean maybe it sucks because we're out of Europe. That's what everyone's. Yeah, okay, I get it. But we're back in striking distance. There is positive momentum happening right now. Hey, and Frankie Waving, how's it going, bud?
I got 3 reasons. Get it? 3 reasons, 3 wins. Why we're actually ironically doing better in the league at this point than we were last year. Because the thing is last year we were 10 points off 4th place. Right now we're 2. So
We're 10 points off first place now.
yeah, we're
Not
10
fourth.
points off. But I think, to be honest with you, and this is going to be a hot take for me, I think Napoli's running away with it. Unless there is
It's
a
Napoli.
I know. Let me get there. I was gonna say, unless there is a memeable, I mean a golden memeable catastrophic failure.
Napoli is a meme.
They are a meme because when they get 91 points, someone gets 94 and beats them for the title.
Yeah.
But I don't see them because right now, offensively, they're clicking.
Yeah.
The only thing that I could see something happening to Napoli is if something happens in between the winter break and the World Cup in January until January where they just lose synergy or connection. That's the only thing I could see. The only time I think Napoli will drop points is January and February, and that would probably be it because then they'll sort themselves out after. The thing is right now, currently, Napoli have scored the most goals in the Champions League than any other team. And we're not a Napoli channel, but we got to call, we got to speak nothing but facts here, mate. I don't do if, buts, or maybes.
It's part of the world of Serie A, which Juventus exists in. This is all on board.
So the thing with Napoli is right now in the league, talking about Serie A here, 30 goals scored, 9 conceded. That is bonkers.
Pretty good.
That is ridiculously bonkers because, the only defense that is better than them outside of Atalanta, Lazio, is us.
Mm-hmm.
We have the less goals conceded in the Serie A right now. We've scored 18. We've conceded 7. We have a plus 11 goal difference, way better than where we were last year.
which is better than Atalanta in second place.
Yes.
So
However,
some of these numbers aren't lying.
However, we are, remember, and I hate, and it's not an excuse. I'm not using this as an excuse here. We have 12 players that are injured currently.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
11 players that play week in, week out, heavily fatigued. Not making an excuse. This isn't, pity party, the Juventus pity party. But the fact right now, the fact of the matter is, we are probably at 40% capability, maybe 50 on a good day. We saw that against Lecce. We are not firing on all cylinders. However, to the all Allegri out stands that were out there that would just blame about the coach and not provide any good credible arguments on it, not defending Allegri either, by the way. 18 goals scored, 7 conceded, 5 points off second place. Who would have thought that? Last year we were 10. Like 10 points back.
Yep.
And it was almost doom and gloom. The fact of the matter is, again, Vlahovic is performing well. There are some things to his game that he can improve. The difference between last year and this year is we have positives coming in. Illing, despite the ankle sprain, looks like he's going to be a stud for now. Fagioli's starting to come in on his own. Gatti had a statement game against Lecce after the Benfica disaster that he had.
Loved it.
Moretti, we're going to have to see how Moretti bounces back after Lecce because he wasn't that hot. Because we have to be honest with it. He had some pluses, some maybes. I'm not knocking him off. But again, maybe a 5 out of 10 performance.
That's what you're saying. But Dash, you always say that you're not defending Allegri, but you're always doing it. Not directly, yes.
Not directly.
But you're being objective.
I'm being objective. Because the
At
thing
least
is,
we believe so.
I like Allegri? No, I do not like Allegri. But I'm not going to sit there and just completely crap on the dude, unfortunately. Like, I'm not a big Allegri fan. I don't like the way that he plays. His tactics and his philosophy is just, it's not cool for me. Like, the thing is it's just annoying for me. But the thing is like, I have to be fair here, man. Because, like, the thing is like, I'm looking at the stats. I'm looking at the number. Even though we're playing ugly, we got 3 straight wins. We beat Torino in Torino, which apparently Milan can't do. And I'm probably laughing right now because Matteo Bonetti is probably punching himself to sleep as we speak.
Yeah, he talked shit this weekend.
Yeah, he talks so much smack about us and the Torino game. Oh, man, this Juventus side against Torino's having a really hard time. Yeah, bro, your Milan squad literally got smashed 2-0. They just made a mistake and got one back, which I thought was kind of a push-off. But whatever, dude. But the thing is yeah, we went to Lecce with a depleted squad. We won 1-0. The thing is where the trajectory of this squad is going. And I'm not saying that Allegri is the future or he should be the future. But if you have Illing Jr. creating an assist for Fagioli, and these young players are starting to get integrated, it's only a matter of time. Because the thing is I called Milan's ascension back in 2019. I remember when they came in the second half of that 2019-2020 season. I remember sitting there and talking to my dad when they beat us, when they came back and beat us 3-2, 4-2. I told my dad, I said, this Milan squad is going to be an absolute hard winning team to play against. They're going to win the title within 2 or 3 years from that game. I was right. They won last year. Because the thing is like what Milan did, and this is where I'm giving credit to Milan, is that season they started atrocious under Giampaolo, but they had a bunch of young players, a young Teo Hernandez, a young Leao, shoemakers, even though his name is Salamakers, but that's what the Milan fans call him. Benacer, Krunic. They had all of those guys. And they started getting integrated, and then they kind of popped off the next season. And then,
I didn't have my audio was messed up. Sorry. So I still had my speakers on, so you got to hear some of the audio, which I know isn't streaming through right now. Sorry about that. I hope that didn't come in too loud.
Nah.
Mix up on the settings, but yeah, I just want to show comparison while I completely rudely interrupt Dash with my shitty production skills.
No, but
there it is.
yeah.
Anyways,
But anyways, the thing is about this clip, guys, is that clip there is we had to look up again. We had to look up Del Piero goals that actually matched it, where you guys saw it, and it was almost like a smooth transition, where it's like the only difference is we fast forward the clock like 22 years. But where was my train of thought? I'm trying to remember now. Oh yeah, back to the thing.
yeah, so
So
distracting, eh?
nah, it's all good. So the thing is with Milan is they started sprinkling in these younger players, and yeah, they made mistakes, like kind of like having mediocre games, bad games like Gatti and Moretti and all of them. But they started integrating themselves in, and then they became a driving force. Now Leao's a superstar. Teo Hernandez is probably going to be on pace to be one of the best left backs, in theory, offensive left backs, because of his speed and his ability to shoot the ball.
Tonali, one of the last real Italian like defensive midfielders.
So,
I mean, yeah, I don't know. We hate him, but we can't forget Tonali.
and the thing is, guys, is and sounds like I'm defending Allegri here, but Pioli's not a wonder god coach.
No,
He's not anything crazy. I don't think he is. So once you start rallying the young guys, I'm thinking I got a feeling that not being in the Champions League in the round of 16 is kind of a blessing more so than it is a disappointment, because now we really get to see this younger squad integrate and just focus in week in, week out for the league and see what they can do in the league. If Europa League comes in, it comes in. I'm not too worried about it. But I'm curious because the thing is this is something we haven't done in a while. We haven't had 3 straight wins in the league for a long time.
and clean sheets too. Like
Exactly.
we've started getting clean sheets.
So again, we're moving in a positive direction.
Absolutely. Yeah, so they're calling it out here in the chat. Ailing sprain, bruised ankle, 20 days. That slide tackle, we called it. Was it KB or Frankie? When you guys did call it as soon as it happened that was going to be a bad one, and it was. Yeah, 20 days with. I mean, what luck? What luck, really? He plays 2 games off the bench, creates 3 assists. 2.5, let's say. A hockey assist, if you will, secondary assist. Regardless, now 20 days, just like that.
You know, you want to know some like funny, like ironic, well, I wouldn't say it's funny, but like mind-blowing stuff about that tackle to Illing Jr. You guys ready for it? So, the guy that slide tackled Illing Jr., his name is Federico Di Francesco. So, a little bit of old Juve trivia.
Hmm.
This guy used to play for Sassuolo and got into an altercation with a Juventus player that wore the number 11, and that Juventus player spit in his mouth because of the altercation.
Quadrado?
So,
Which 11 are we talking about?
let's see if you guys can figure it out. Do you guys know the number 11 that Di Francesco got into beef with?
How many
No more than
years?
5 years. No more than 5 years.
Who's
There you
had the 11? Other than Quadrado, past 5 years. Oh man. Out cheating. Douglas Costa.
Yep. Andrew got it right. Douglas Costa.
Nice,
So-
nice guess.
Nice job. You know, I didn't play the thing that I wanted to play the thing because we won. You played it for me yesterday, but we should probably do it now, and also because Andrew got it
Celebrate.
right. Yep.
It's Frankie's favorite, apparently, too.
So congratulations to Andrew for getting the trivia question right. Unfortunately, I don't have any prizes besides a virtual high five. But the funny thing is the irony of Di Francesco's tackle is that he's always doing something. And Beppe, I believe it was Beppe that said it too, where he was like, of course, it's the guy that causes issues with Juve previously in the past before with a pacing winger for him to do it again. Unbelievable.
And it's Frankie's birthday. I forgot about that. Yes, happy birthday. Hope he had a good time. He said he got some gear, some Juve gear with the old logo. He was telling us that in the Discord. So share it. Yeah, you should get some pictures. Throw it up. And happy birthday, of course.
And Andrew with an absolute W right here says, I don't think Costa meant any malice. I think it was just foreplay.
Bruh.
Yeah, I'm starting to remember. You're jogging my memory. I completely forgot about that moment. Years ago. That was 5 years ago?
Well, roughly 520. It was Ronaldo's first season. It was like the second game of the season. We're playing against Sassuolo. Di Francesco says something to Douglas Costa. Douglas Costa turns around, coughs up a loogie, and spits in his mouth.
Yeah, that was right at the beginning of it. Yeah, I think I missed that. I missed the first couple games of that season.
Like, man, it was like foreplay. That's awesome. And then KB wants the punch thing for him. But yep, happy birthday to Frankie, and then thanks for the high five back, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Oh, you guys. Oh man. So autocorrect time. Since we have Susan Vlahovic. Who else? Milkman, of course. The Milkman instead of milk. So willing. We now have willing. I typed willing into my show notes. So that's autocorrect there. Willing out for 20 days with a bruised ankle.
Emotional damage.
So let's keep those autocorrects rolling because it's funny how they happen like that. Man, it is what it is.
We gotta make like a clothing line with just the autocorrect names, or we have just a picture of Dusan and just name it Susan.
Yeah, we got to do something with that. We'll get a few more names on the list. I think that's 3 now. Pretty sure. What's Yusuf saying? Saying DG and then DC. What do you?
I think Douglas Costa. I think he just.
Douglas. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think he might have just hopped on probably and was just catching that last segue before we hopped into this. But yes, you are correct.
Right on.
Douglas spit in my mouth Costa.
Now, lighten it up in the MLS. So
spitting in the mouth of LA Galaxy around and beyond.
And a lot of ex-Juve players end up in the MLS, eh?
Yeah, what do we got?
It's like after they come to the retirement league, they go to the other retirement league.
Wow.
Wow. Yes, I just trashed. But the two leagues I pay attention to, I've completely trashed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, because Bernadeschi technically went into a retirement league, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I still haven't been able to get his jersey one of these days.
I need to get Bernadeschi sound bites. Why am I just now thinking this?
He was at the Raptors game the other night, eh?
Yeah.
Like in a Raptors, like he was rocking the blonde hair, like no like t-shirt underneath, just the Raptors jersey showing the shoulders, you know? It was pretty ballin'. Maybe, you know what? I can see if I can get it. It was pretty good.
And then Andrew says, I loved a month back when you were trying to pronounce Hans Nicolucci Caviglia. Was that me that pronounced it?
I completely screwed it up thinking it was separate people, not realizing it was that one long name, because I mean, I'm an idiot, clearly.
Like I don't like it's ridiculous, man, because like I don't know why I'm thinking of it now. I'm like sitting there, I'm like pondering, I'm like, what other sound bites should I add to this? I'm like, Dave's adding the Michael Scott one. I'm thinking about getting Khabib to say go sleep, because I always find it funny when he says that. And then man, I'm surprised I didn't think of Bernadeschi, man, because he's got like so many sound bites now because of ever since he went to Toronto. He's got like well done, all for one, and then come on. Like, I think those are the 3 main ones.
Yeah, those are the 3 words. He even had an English lesson on how to say those 3 phrases.
Oh god, that was so funny. Like, the thing is though, like if you guys have time, man, I think it's on Toronto FC's Instagram page where like they do a segment on Bernadeschi and he has an English tutor or an English teacher or something like that. And then there's like a huge board with him just saying, come on, all for one.
And let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Or no, it was a well done. One of them. I think it was well done.
We'll find it anyways. Of course, I can't find it on Google. It's gonna be buried in a Twitter feed somewhere.
And then what is it? Insigne, when he speaks English, it's hilarious too. Because Insigne's like, all for one.
And you know what? Sorry, I'm getting distracted by Twitter now. Never mind. Just keep focused. I'm gonna go. This is what happens. Twitter and live stream at the same time. What a mess. I'm
So
not gonna find it.
it's amazing soundbite. Is that a Bernadeschi soundbite when he says it's amazing? So that's my question to that one. And then Frankie says the greatest of all time, Lord Berna. And Berna we trust.
Yeah.
Andrew says, I have the OG 33 Berna shirt from like 2017.
Oh,
Hey, if he
nice.
wins an MLS title, the value of that sucker is going to go off the roof. And then Andrew says,
Yeah.
the green one. Which one is the green one? And then our buddy Miss Sox.
That was like 2015 or something. Was that third kit? That green
Oh,
kit?
the
That's what
neon.
he's referring to.
And then Miss Sox says, thing is though, Allegri is now forced to use the kids instead of actually choosing to play them against the ones that were flopping this season. Well, we like to call that the paradox effect because he uses the kids and the kids ball out better than the old ones. So now you're stuck in a catch-22.
Yeah.
And then KB fires in. Considering all the injuries, we're actually doing okay from the table. And Bonetti talking smack yesterday. Must eat his words, dude. I'm telling you, right now he's just punching the air. Because the thing is what really Andrew says it was the third shirt wet across the chest. Oh, it was like army camo. I know what you're talking about. I think it was 2013 or
Yeah, the white across. Yeah, I know which one. That's nice actually. I like
yeah.
that one.
I haven't seen that one.
I wouldn't actually mind it. There's a few retro jerseys. Retro is just ones that are not in production anymore. I'm gonna say.
Oh, you know what? No, Andrew's right. 2017, 2018. I think that's like the third kit. It was like we never saw it that much.
Man, 5 years ago seems like so like it was a different world. That was pre-pandemic, right? So
Yeah.
maybe that's why it's just like a completely different world.
But you know the crazy thing about that is from like I think we started using the third kit more in like the Sorry season and beyond.
Yeah,
Like
because we were trying to do the whole selling shirts, especially with Ronaldo, right? Because you could just print shirts with that.
because like I remember we used to play in that ugly like Halloween shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
And it was like ridiculous.
and I'm done with Twitter. I'm sorry, guys. Like I tried. It's lost. It's lost in the ether. I'm just gonna completely like zone off into to Twitter land if I don't cut myself off right now.
You know, the funny thing is every time like anytime anyone ever says ether, I'm thinking of Call of Duty, like not the zombies mode of it, because like everything
That ruined zombies mode ruined college. Don't even get me started.
I get it, but it's just because like the previous one, like, oh, go into the dark ether, go into the ether, do this. So like whenever someone says ether, I'm sitting there, I'm like, why do we what?
It's called an Ethernet cable. It has your internet on it. So you're technically going through the ether. Like quite literally. I'm not getting to like this weird man, you nerds and your make-believe stuff. I don't know.
Frankie says, don't disrespect the Halloween jersey.
Yeah, because he's got one. He wears it all the time, he says. I will absolutely disrespect that jersey. And that stupid one with the pink stripe down the center and the two panels, I saw it in person. Like I try to visit sometime after the jerseys come out just to see what the jerseys look like. And when I saw that one, I was just like, no. I put it back up on the rack and walked away. Like there's no, just no.
You know what? Let me throw this because so I'll throw this and then I wish we could throw a poll, but we're not big enough yet. So
Yeah, we can put polls. What are you talking about?
Can we? Oh,
Yeah.
hey, can we put one and say Nike or Adidas? So
I
like
think somebody's already done that before, or Puma. I like Puma.
yeah, we should put that in our chat right now and just like we'll post a poll.
Diodora.
Just be like best Juventus kits ever. Nike, Adidas. I don't think we ever had a Puma kit.
No.
I know we had Yoma and Lecce.
He definitely had the Diodoras. Like that's a big one, obviously.
Yeah. But I think Nike did a really good job. I think Adidas just like takes the same exact crap and regurgitates it. Kappa. Andrew says
Oh,
Kappa.
Adidas does too. Yeah, the Kappa, not Diodora. My bad. Yeah. Did we ever have a Diodora? Canada did. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. They
Yeah,
ended
it
up
might
doing-
be. I know we had Kappa in the 80s,
Mhm.
and then Yoma was like early 80s or
Oh,
no, late
Lotto.
80s, early 90s.
Yeah, the Lotos.
Man, the Lotos used to be big in the 2000s. I remember
Oh my god,
Roma.
this poll. This is not a quick poll, is it?
Those were
um,
something.
yeah. How do I do it right? Maybe I can't do it in the live chat. I can do it.
Yeah, I think it's only
know.
yeah, I think we can do it because we're not at the 1,000
Yeah,
subscriber
yeah.
mark.
The 1,000 is when you get to do the crazy stuff in the live chat. That's
Yeah.
right. Speaking of which, guys, we just hit 700 today. So we're excited to announce at 750 subscribers, we will give it away another shirt. I did load it up. Did I load it up? Oh, fail. I didn't load it up. Okay. So as I'm loading it up, anyways. Yeah, I failed. I understand. Okay, I'm gonna do this another way. I'm just gonna go straight to the website so you can see all the different colors. So we're giving away another shirt at 750. So essentially, what you have to do: tell your mother, tell your grandmother, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell everyone, just to subscribe and start paying attention to us. Maybe they just like us for who we are. Maybe they don't like Juve. Maybe they don't like Dash, but maybe they just like our personality.
Hey, so everyone, I just posted the link to the shop in the chat right now, turngiants.com. We've got posters, we've got hoodies, we've got t-shirts, we've got stickers, and it looks like we have some, dare I say, some collaborations with Colo 99 as well. And if you guys want to see Beppe, we have shirts with Beppe on them.
Yeah, we do. Okay,
And,
I have.
Andrew says,
"Here we go."
my mom hates Dash. I don't think I'm that old yet. I get it. There's a lot of jokes I could run with it, but I'm not going to because
I don't
that'll
know
just
how to
make me
take
older
that
than I am.
necessarily.
And
Is that true? Is that because sometimes, and my wife will do that too if I'm listening to people. As you can imagine, some of the other lives podcasts I've listened to, we've been on. My wife has come in and is like, who's talking? That guy's annoying, or that guy's so bored. So I can definitely see something like that happening, right? It's because they don't know your personality yet.
yeah, jeez. And then Frankie says Rebio's mom hates Dash. Well, she called the wrong. She didn't text the right number. That's all I'm gonna say on that one.
So, anyways, there's the 4 colors. The solid banana cream. I love the names of these. They're ridiculous. Solid black. That's boring. But that's that's
Creme.
nice. The white can't eat any mustard if you're wearing white. That's for sure. And the desert pink. I finally got off my ass and ordered the sweater. Anyways, Il Pintaricchio reissue. I always whenever like I'm on the spot, I always mess up the Italian. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's the adolescence Alessandro Del Piero right there. Kind of in honor of Fagioli with that wonderful goal yesterday. So at 750, there you go. Everyone who comments, and that's the easiest way, guys, is to go into the comments after the fact. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to pick a video where people have to go into the comments and just say anything, because there's software that can pull off the comments. It's super, super easy that way. So anyways, tell your family, your friends, everyone.
Except
Let's
your
get us
moms.
there. Let's do it.
Apparently, everybody's moms hates me. No.
Everyone's mom. Yeah, just tell your moms. Get after it, guys.
Do it.
All right.
With Christmas coming around the time, surprise your friend with a Chiellini poster or a Marquisio poster or some hoodies.
Yeah, so I have here. I
swag.
can move the mic a little bit there. So I have the Chiellini Death Stare and the Marquisio there in the back corner. So yeah, that back corner one, that was from Colo 99. And I can't wait to get the sweater in. And of course I'm gonna be wearing it. This is my cheap ass Adidas Juve sweater. You know. It's cheap. It's not going to be as nice as the Turin Giants one. It's not going to be pink.
It's not fluffy.
It's not fluffy.
See?
Ooh. Yeah, it looks thick too.
With 3 C's, guys. Thick with 3 C's.
Thick. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to let's get back to Juve. Let's get the
Alright,
train. Let's get the
after-
train rolling back on.
Say after we did our little bit of our sales pitch.
McKennie is out for 15 days. Did they even say what?
Yeah, it was like a small little muscle group in the quadricep that he strained, and they're like, yeah, he's out for 15 days. So it's a muscle strain, guys, quad strain.
Cool. So he's out. So that puts it to 12. Speaking of oh man, you guys are funny. Thick with 3 C's like Rabio's mom. So a bit of good news-ish. Okay, so Locatelli was out. There's a family issue. They didn't say whatever it may be. He's back. Apparently, mentally, he's not 100%. So something bad must have happened. So best wishes out to Loca. Hopefully, he can come back strong. And all the best to him. On some more goodish news, Sandro has played his 200th game. So the left back that will not die. He keeps on going. Speaking of left backs, right backs? No, this is a let's. Speaking of fullbacks, Frimpong is a rumor. Now, I'm only calling this one out because on the Juve career in FIFA that we started, which maybe tomorrow we have a day off tomorrow. Maybe if I have some time, I'll sneak a little bit of the FIFA. Anyways, I bought Frimpong, threw him into the right back position, and now he's coming up as an option. So maybe we're willing things. We tend to will things a little bit on this channel. I think we need to start willing healthy players in general, though. Could we just like will J Medical somehow, guys? Let's throw a shout out to J Medical. Let's will it get vibes. And yeah, Frimpong.
Jeremy Frimpong, right?
Is that his first name? From
the
Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna pull it up so I can show people because there's probably some folks that are like,
oh, of course, yes. I know everything about him because I have in my feet. Yes, of course. Let's give a look at him.
So, Jeremy Frimpong, he is Bayern Leverkusen, worth $27.5 million because I don't have euros because America. So again, he's Dutch from Amsterdam.
If
Shameless
you know
plug.
at the top it says transfermarket.us, you can just change it to .eu.
Yeah, I could. Fine, whatever, we'll do it just for shits and giggles.
I'm just saying.
I know, I'm just messing with you. We gotta appease our European fans as well. Watch it just send me to a porn site.
Yeah, if you reach, okay, just go, whatever.
I was waiting for it to send me to a porn site, and then everyone would have been like, "Oh my god!" All right, so just the thing about him, just some brief. Has spent extensive time in the right midfield position, predominantly a right back, dual citizenship from the Netherlands and Ghana. Frankie probably knows his FIFA rating, so if you know it, Frankie, just type it into the chat so everyone
he's
kind
an
of has
80.
an idea. I think he's an 80, yeah.
Yeah.
He's 21 years old and 80, so he has potential for an 85 or an 86. No,
Are you actually going off by FIFA ratings?
I'm kidding. But even Frankie says, granted, he's playing in a dying Leverkusen team. So, the thing is like, he's better than Cuadrado. And he's younger than Danilo. So, I mean...
Yeah, what's his age?
21.
21. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he is really young. So that's exciting.
So, I ain't even mad. So, currently in the Bundesliga, he's got 12 matches played. He scored 12 goals? Or 5 goals? What? He scored 5 goals as a right back?
I mean, that's sort of Bundesliga for you, right?
I guess.
Attacking fullbacks.
No, we're gonna go to the old FOT mob because they actually give up like better stats than Transfer Market.
So he can allegedly
score
play anywhere. Yeah, he can play anywhere along the right. Allegedly,
Scored against Wolfsburg, got 2 against
2 against
Schalke,
Schalke.
2 assists against Atletico Madrid in the
This kid
Champions
can
League.
play apparently.
This guy can ball.
2 against Mainz and an assist. Wow, we got a 9 that match, 9.1 and
Yeah.
jeez.
So
Okay then.
7.21. That's not bad. Fat Mob even says right back, right mid, right wing. Oh, he can play up along the entire right side.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So even
Ooh.
if we play 3-5-2, he fits in.
And market value of 11 million.
And that was 22 US. I thought euros and US was the same these days.
No, it is, but I think what it's doing is this is going off of his current, so last update, September 21st, 2022. This might be over the summer because I wouldn't trust their market values on that.
Yeah,
but
that's more Transfermarkt's thing is more the like live values.
yeah, this is more so like probably the FIFA value, what you would find on FIFA. But that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, and Frankie, 5 goals. Abby Bally. How much do you watch? Like, do you just sit there and watch football all day? Like, I envy people that can do that. I wish I could and have all these random stats in all the different leagues. But,
So
man,
last season he had 25 games in the Bundesliga,
that's
1
pretty
goal,
good.
6 assists. That's not bad at all.
He's already played 12, so he's pretty much played all of them.
Yeah, 6 assists is pretty good. And then let me see, because I'm kind of curious to see his stats in the Europa League. So Europa League only 2 assists. Champions League 2 assists as well. Not any. I think he's a good under the radar right back. That he's almost kind of like how Teo Hernandez was before he went to Milan.
Perhaps.
Because like he was only
exciting.
30 million. Like Teo was only 30 million when he got purchased by Milan. So
Yeah, I'll take some looks at him for sure.
yeah, check him out, guys. Chat and people on the recording. Jeremy Frimpong.
Yeah.
So
exciting. Yeah, it could
super
be good.
exciting transfer news. So I think since I have the old Fatma Baruni pulled up, so I think we'll go over some stats from us against the Milk Squad. So I'm gonna move that out of the way real quick. Chat,
Oh, yes.
who do you think won man of the match?
Oh, man. Who do you not think won man of the match? Answer that, and you'll probably get the original question right.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it for like 15 seconds. So folks in the chat that are listening in, just type it in. Who do you think won man of the match?
Where's your waiting music?
I don't have waiting music, unfortunately, but I'll play this one because it's kind of a plot twist.
Quadrago.
Yeah,
The Quadrago.
the
Sounds like a
Quadrago.
Marvel character now, a villain.
Juan Cuadrado winning man of the match yesterday, which is absolutely ironic. Yusuf wrote Fagioli.
You probably should have been right.
You should have been right. But apparently, so I believe Frankie mentioned that Fat Mob was made by Colombians, so that's why there's a little bit of bias there.
The cartel.
The cartel.
Oh man.
So this is actually interesting. So Fagioli got a 7.6. Illing was in for not even that long and got a 7
Got a
rating.
7. Yeah.
Gatti with a 7.9. So Gatti was technically the third highest behind Sandro, who had a decently great game. Danilo Gatti. The whole back line played really well.
So Gatti. Sorry, I'm backtracking a little bit. Danilo, first off, was a ghost, but not in the sense that he didn't show up, in the sense that he was a defender that didn't make any mistakes. He didn't do anything fancy, but he's your central defender. So this is also interesting because he's our right back and he's playing left center back. And he just did that. Just nothing fancy, played left center back yesterday. And clean sheet, obviously. Shoring up Gatti, who is a loose cannon. This kid's fiery. And he's big and he's strong. But he was also composed. And I don't know. Is it because he was completely surrounded by veterans this time and obviously playing a weaker team? A team that he's used to playing like it's a Serie B team, obviously, right? Regardless, these are the kinds of games that we should be seeing Gotti playing. These lower table teams and getting those minutes. And when he does, I mean, he plays great, clearly, as we saw yesterday. So he needs to get more minutes in these types of games and get his speed up. So when we do throw him in against the Benfica on a European night away from home, he's not dead in the water. So I'm good on Gatti. Great game by him.
So I did want to also point this out too. So if we count here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players under the age of 25
Yeah.
played yesterday. That is ridiculously young. So that's in my opinion, I think that's a bright spot as well. I think Rabiot's like 27, 28, so he's on the cusp of it. But
Yeah.
Moretti, 19 years old. Sule, I think he's 21? McKenny's like 23, 24. Gatti's roughly about 25.
24, 25, yeah.
Yeah. So a good chunk of our lineup was players under 25 years old.
Yeah, well, Fagioli is 23.
Yep. Keen's 21, 22.
He's 22, yeah.
Yep. So that to me is actually pretty awesome. Because that's technically, I think, in theory, we would have probably one of the youngest sides in the league. So this is why I think that there is definitely Pablo Escobar grave running Fat Mob. Come on. But
yeah, Kiwi, don't put too much stock in this. Yeah, he's saying it's terrible that if that's our best player, we're in deep trouble. No, he wasn't actually. Whatever the algorithm that Fat Mob uses likes Quadrado. That's all that is.
Yeah. So KB says I think it's fitting for the team name Old Lady with Young Kids. I don't know how we should take that.
Well, no, that's the history of it, because it was created by a bunch of university students or college for Yanks. Yeah, it was a really young team, and it's kind of that play on words, right? Like when somebody's small, you call them big. When somebody's big, you call them small. Well, the team was just really young, so they call them the Old Lady. There's a bunch of young boys that call them the Old Lady. That was the joke. It was, I mean, the turn of the century, 1900s, right? Like sense of humor was a little more boring. I don't know. It wasn't as good back then. Yeah, I don't know. There were prudes in the 1900s. They're not funny like that, like we are now with all our dick jokes. So, I mean, and some people don't think we're funny. So who am I to say?
Hey, Schmuck.
Oh man,
Hey, Schmuck.
dude, your Juventus not Ajax.
Bro, why are you trying to knock on my dish soap? I like Ajax.
Yeah, I actually really do like Ajax.
I
like what they do.
Frankie B.
Juventus being a cougar,
with all these kids. Oh boy.
Yeah, buddy. Now we need the growl. Yeah, it is. Juventus does mean youth in Latin.
So, you know,
there is no. Sorry, just as an
go
aside, since we're on the language, what you might hear a heckle from like other Serie A fans saying, "Why is there a J? There was no J in Italian." They think they're hilarious because there is no J in the Italian language, and unless it's one of those words that is just stolen from another language. But naturally, there isn't. But it's just a Latin word. I don't know why people get so hung up on it. It's a Latin word. Atalanta. I mean, Atalanta, they just stole a mythical creature and named a team after them. So whatever. That is what it is. Let's move on.
You feel better now, buddy?
I do, because people are dumb and you got to correct them all the time.
So just the only thing though, so Sule and Moretti both had kind of a subpar game. I think it's just for Sule's case, I think he needs more time playing in the first team because I don't want to say he looked isolated, but like it was just tough for him to get the ball. Because originally he was playing on the right, so he kind of had to move in, move around, etc. to get the ball. I think a little bit more time, and I think Sule will do better. It's just like a K, that one game where a K started and no one passed him the ball.
Yeah.
So I think Sule needs a little bit more time. And then I think Moretti also needs some more time as well, but he's played well. And then, as of recent, he hasn't been so hot. I mean, there was a tackle that he did, and he was very, very
Oh,
lucky
yeah,
not to get a
that
red
was
card
bad.
on that one. So, it's again, he's 19 years old. I'm not gonna knock Mirete off that bad, but it's interesting because our defenders played well, and then Kostic was doing well, and then we look at our subs. Illing absolutely dominated, and then Fagioli came in and dropped that bender.
Or the way the guy says, the commentator, Fagioli.
Fagioli.
British guy, yeah.
Myself, what a cracker from Niccolo Fagioli. Unbelievable. Came
There
in
you
at the
go.
nick of halftime and absolutely with a belter into the top right bins. What a goal. 1-0 Juventus.
Nice accent. A
I
little
try.
Scottish, but it works. I love it.
I know. I try.
So, and that's the funny thing. In North America, they can't afford the English commentators, so we just get all the second-rate Scottish commentators.
They do. That's so Paramount Plus.
But even like TSN, the networks we have here in Canada, is the same thing. They're all Scotsmen.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. And I gotta scroll down. Okay, cool. Expected goals. So this is what we called in our live stream. It was a 0.25 from Lecce. We knew they weren't really going to be threatening at the
Yeah,
net.
that's bad.
Yeah, that's
Man,
really
that's
bad.
that's nothing. And it really was.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're shithouse FC where they literally would try to get you carded before they even do anything. So and then us was a 0.59. I think it was just because of the personnel that we had started, but we still had 13 shots to their 5, which is that's huge. Accurate passes. We dominated possession just because, again, Lecce don't play football at all. They play
Trash
get
ball.
carded. Yeah, Bush
Weekend
League.
beer league trash ball.
Yeah, Bush League. Because if you look at the fouls, 16 fouls committed to our 13. 7
Do we want to
corners.
go down the language train for a second?
We can.
Bush League. People don't really know why it's called Bush League. Anheuser Busch, that makes like Budweiser and stuff. So Anheuser Busch makes beer league. That's where it comes from. Bam, let's go.
Yeah, it's a bunch of alcoholics that slide tackle like crazy. And then, so kind of just going into some of these stats here, the shot stats. So 5 total shots. Brescia. Lecce had 4 shots off target, 1 shot that was blocked, and that was their entire night. And obviously, it was technically off target, even though it hit the woodwork, but still hit the woodwork at the end. That one was a little bit nerve wracking. But overall, man, Lecce didn't look threatening at all. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. I think it's just we lack the clinical players up top just because, again, crap ton of youngsters.
I mean, we had a clinical player. I'm looking at his shot position and the goal position there.
Yeah.
And
Ravioli.
man. Man.
What a shot by
Yeah.
Ravioli.
So
KB
good.
said Ravioli. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That might be his
More language.
nickname.
We do know Fagioli means beans, right? That's why we say Frankie Beans, and Franken Beans is like beans and wieners in America.
Yeah, I don't think they
beans and Franks.
Beans and glizzies.
Glizzies, is that another thing?
Yeah, apparently that's what they call hot dogs now in the U.S. You can't call it a hot dog. They call it a glizzy.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
you can't call it
no.
a hot. Why is it
It's a
abusive or
young. It's
offensive
this
to
new
dogs?
No, it's not even that. It's just like a weird Gen Z thing. It was like a TikTok trend. Like everyone's like, "Oh man, you got a glizzy, man. We caught you slipping, bruh." I'm like,
TikTok
"Dude,
is
what
just
the hell?"
Chinese propaganda. Whatever. After war ends,
Frankie says it
Roman
too.
Abramovich is looking to buy a team again. You guys should consider.
No, hey, Schmuck, I heard
man.
he's gonna buy Maccabi Haifa and take him to the Champions League final.
That would be hilarious. Let's see it. The new oil team.
And then Frankie says, "The Glizzy Gobbler."
Now, who are we talking? Are we still on Fagioli or?
Well, no, that's the thing, man. That's the whole trend about hot dogs being called glizzies. So if someone eats a hot dog, they're called the Glizzy Gobbler.
Yeah, sorry, the Glizzy.
I'm just educating Dave on new
Am I?
TikTok trends.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here I am educating you guys on something that language.
Well, no, it's
you
crazy.
guys could teach me about all the hip things that all the kids do.
Because I was wondering, I'm like, why did people just stop buying? Like, because there's like a local like club store, like Sam's Club or Costco.
Yeah.
So like people used to buy hot dogs all the time, and then people just stopped buying hot dogs. And I'm like,
They're trash for you.
and I was like asking my little brother, I'm like, hey man, what's with the whole no hot dog things? He's like, oh, you mean a glizzy? And I'm like, a what?
I mean,
He's
okay,
like,
some
yeah.
sort of touch, really.
He's
This is
like,
American though, right?
I think it's American. I think it's an American
Nobody in
trend.
like any other country calls it a glizzy.
No, I don't think so.
It's a baseball thing apparently with the glizzy, says Frankie. Interesting. Because
Yeah, because like,
hot dogs in ballparks are like milk and cookies.
the thing is like, I remember there's the one guy that took his glizzy and dipped it into his beer and was eating the wiener off the beer, which was weird. Pause. That sounded really weird, but
Could I tell you something weird? I can tell you guys something weird. So I had bologna. And yes, it's gross. I live with a Newfoundlander, East Coast of Canada, the island off the East Coast. They love their bologna. It's just one of their staples. They love bologna, so we often have bologna in the house. It's sort of a guilty pleasure of mine because it is gross. They are the same thing. Hot dogs are just mini sausage versions of bologna. Bologna is just a big sausage version of a hot dog. It's the same thing though. So we made chili last night. I'm like, chili cheese dog, but with bologna. If I just get a couple slices of bologna, put on some hot chili, grate some cheese, and slap it together, it's like a chili cheese dog, but it's a chili cheese sandwich. Not the same thing, guys. It is not the same as a chili cheese dog. You have to have whatever that thickness of the hot dog, you have to have the hot dog. You don't waste your time with bologna. It's trash. Don't do it. Learn from my mistakes.
see you, KB. We'll see you on the next one.
All right, later, bud.
Frankie, I feel bad every time I eat a hot dog. Apparently, you can't eat a hot dog in public anymore. So I'll come at you with a camera and be like, damn, I caught you lacking.
Oh man. So back to the stats.
Back to the stats.
Antics tonight, guys.
But again, this game is overall domination per se. The only thing is just the score line doesn't show it. But again, a win is a win because when we look at the table,
Ooh, the
fancy
table is tight.
table. The table is tight, guys. It is 5 points from the top, less than 3 points to fourth place.
And Roma does play tomorrow, so that is
They do.
a game of interest.
So the also the game of interest is November 6th.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one.
In the Derby d'Italia. So this is going to be the one thing. And part of me also is sitting here thinking, I'm like, I really don't care too much about the PSG game because I'd rather win this one. So here's my thought, guys. Would you rather not make the Europa League and beat Inter, or would you rather make the Europa League and lose to
Oh
Inter?
man, come on. I hate these questions.
Think
Why
about it.
can't we do both?
¿Por quiero los dos? Nah, way. It's got to be one.
Europa League has more money on the line. You can lose to Inter, but still
At
pick
home?
up all the other games, right?
Lose to Inter at home?
If you beat them at home or away, I think sure. If you take an eye for an eye, I think that could
But
be
the-
excused if you continue on in Europe.
But then the whole world goes blind.
They already are blind.
So this is definitely going to be a game of interest. I mean, PSG and
Brozovic, that
Inter.
guy nails us every time. It's good to see. Well, I mean, for our
He's
sake,
like, he's good to
too.
see. Rip, see ya. Well, I mean, he comes back early November.
Yeah, but he might be back.
Early November. He always finds a way to get fit and come back to play us.
Shelio early November, Ake early November, as with Gleason, Bremer, and Angel Di Maria. Chiesa is still off that list.
I believe Pogba should be back by this.
It says back in training. Yeah, maybe.
Might be. But here's some interesting stats. This is like a little bit of a teaser, and also we'll have some more fun stuff during the watch along. But so Juve is ranked 6th in goals scored per match, 1.5. Kept a clean sheet, most clean sheets. So this is something that I wanted to illustrate. We have done the most clean sheets in the competition with 7.
And we struggled last year, so there's an improvement.
Best D, my guy.
Also, set pieces, we struggled the past couple years. Now we're leading that.
So unfortunately, we're ranked 8th in shots scored. Inter ranked 3rd in goals scored per match. So it's honestly the best defense versus probably arguably one of the best offenses. Inter have won the previous 3 matches against us, and that kind of sucks badly.
Yeah, in
Uh,
the league, we've won some cup matches and tied some stuff. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, this right now is
How do you even read that? Allegri ball working
is that
burrito
a
us? Like
burrito?
what's
Chipotle.
Allegri ball working Chipotle? Is that how I would say this?
I don't know.
I know what you mean, but I just want to know how I say it on camera here.
So this is going to be a good game as far as offense versus defense, and Rabiot and everybody tends to turn up for the Inter game, and I think Juve's motivated from last year's BS from them.
Yeah.
Because the three games
Yes.
that Inter beat us was the 2 cup finals and then the 1 game in Turin.
Speaking of Inter, actually, their ex-leader of the Curva got ambushed and shot today. Or yesterday, sorry, during the match.
He got
And their
jumped?
Curva, yeah. So the Curva got up and out of sign of respect just left in the middle of the game at halftime, yeah. So interesting. He was obviously a shady person. He had quite a few charges under his name. Spent 26 years in prison, I think it was. So, I mean, take it for what it is. Sexy Luciano. Oh man.
You know, the thing is like I didn't expect him to make Napoli's offense as good as it is. Because I never thought Spalletti was like an offensive minded coach. Like it never struck me back then.
Yeah, well, he's doing well and didn't work for Inter perhaps, but I mean, Sarli worked well for Napoli. So Napoli is a bit of a black sheep in a sense. You need somebody different to run that.
Oh, they're a unique club.
Yeah,
Very, very unique.
yeah, it's Napoli. It's a unique city. So I have one more news point. Let's just toss it out of the way here. More transfer rumors. Ferland Torres and Dembele again with Dembele.
He's too
So
expensive.
what's his situation now? Is he not going on a free or did he resign
No,
with Barca?
I believe he re-signed a 2-year deal. That See, I don't know, man. Like the thing is with Dembele is he's way too expensive for us. I don't even know why we're linked to him. I mean, unless we somehow get like miraculous Usher bucks to pay for him or Monopoly money.
55 million he's worth on transfer market.
Yeah, and then that's not even his fee. Like
Yeah.
his salary. Because he is not cheap.
No, he really isn't. I don't
think
think
it was
he's
like-
definitely
I think he
something
wanted
like
like 10, 15 million a season at Barcelona, and Barcelona
So-
kind of looked at him and was like, oh, no.
So his contract did expire in July. It's now expired in June 2024. So
Yeah, so it was a
2 more
2-year deal.
years. Yeah. And valued at 55 million. Okay, so let's look at Ferland Torres then. I don't think he's cheap either, but they need wingers. Both Barcelona guys. 44 million. He's 22.
Fernan Torres is a dumpster fire of a player, man. He was supposed to be good and absolutely washed out.
Yeah, so still worth 44 million though, apparently.
I know. I don't know why. I don't know why we're linked to Barcelona players. That
Because they deal with us.
unless Barcelona's like trying to pump and dump because they ain't got no money. I don't understand the links. But I bet you because they didn't make the Champions League and might lose the league, then they're probably going to lose a crap ton of money and like, oh no, TV rights and blah blah blah. We need to generate revenue. Sell, sell, sell. I think the only thing we would ever get a Barcelona player is if they do like a massive fire sale at the end of the season. It's the only way that makes sense.
Now, they're only 1 point back of Real Madrid.
I don't see them beating Real Madrid. I think Xavi's a terrible coach and extremely over. He's literally the Spanish Pirlo.
Yeah, he kind of is. But I mean, we'll see. It's
Yeah,
12 games.
I never liked him as a coach. I don't know why a lot of Barcelona fans thought he was their savior. He to me is just a Pirlo, essentially, like a guy that's way above his league right now. I mean, yeah, he'll probably get better with time, but Yeah, giving him the keys to Barcelona and then like giving him all of those players that he wants, and for him to not beat Inter is ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry, Inter's like it wasn't. That's the he jump started Inter's season now because he gave him the win in the San Siro, and also literally nearly gave them the win in the new camp, which gave Inter momentum. So sincerely, Javi from Juventus, we hate you. All you had was
Yeah.
one job: crush Inter,
One
destroy their
job.
confidence.
Yeah.
Now they're finding form.
That's too bad. If they would have given Sexy Luciano same amount of money to spend on transfers like they did to Conte, Inter would have won trouble again. You're really high on the Sexy Luciano. Yeah, trouble. I
Well,
don't know if they
yeah,
would have won that. But...
he's not wrong though, because Spalletti was there before Zhang took over. It was the
Oh
Thorn
yes,
year.
Zane's gonna mess things up too.
Yeah, well, the problem is Inter absolutely have a botched rebuild because they're like leaking money like crazy. So it's only a matter of time before they have to sell all their players. I mean, Inter's like a quick get rich quick
Well,
scheme.
yeah, they made a lot of money off getting rid of like Hakimi, for instance.
Yeah, they sold Hakimi and Lukaku, and like
Yeah,
that wasn't even enough to balance their books.
no,
I
but that
really,
definitely kept them afloat at least.
yeah, I think Inter's run is probably 3-4 years max before they fall back down to earth.
Yeah,
I think Milan and Napoli are gonna probably be more of a
yes, they've invested in young guys.
sustained competitiveness. But the thing is ADL for Napoli is like or De Laurentiis, like he does not renew players' contracts. Like if you're balling out and you're doing really well, he won't give you a renewal contract at a higher rate. Like if you're playing and you're getting paid 5 million, he'll probably give you 5.5 and that's it.
Yeah,
Cuz he did that to Insigne, he did that to all
yeah,
of his main guys.
and we haven't talked about that.
Same thing with Koulibaly.
Insigne, do you know how much Toronto is signing him on for next season?
13.
That's actually a pretty good guess. 14.
Yeah. And then when he takes home like 7 net.
Oh, because of all the Canadian taxes, probably. Yeah, they
Yeah,
take
which
half
is
of it.
weird because I'm surprised he won because he's not really making no, because I think he made like 4 or 5 million at Napoli, which is outrageous.
And he wasn't getting offered that again.
No.
And now he is. Well, Bernadeschi has proven more so that he's the number one, but Insigne is supposed to be the number one guy.
I think Insigne is just kind of coasting at this point. Bernadeschi's balling out because I think Bernadeschi is still trying to play for another big contract.
He's having fun as well, though. And the big thing with Toronto, now we're on Toronto, which I mean, this is fine because Canada's is trying to pass this new bill about Canadian content. They want to push Canadian content more than the other stuff. So I mean, we got to talk Canadian content, or I mean,
Or Canada's YouTube won't push us in the algorithm.
yeah, exactly. But they don't have a good number 9. Essentially, they don't have that target man to really put the ball to. So they're trying to do everything from the wings. So if they were able to get, and I mean, this is going to be a huge offseason for Toronto here, but if they got that target man, and now you have characters like Insigne and Lorenzo, or sorry, yeah, Insigne and Bernadeschi on the wings, I mean, you completely unlock them, and you don't stress them having to make, because that was Insigne's problem. Those small little legs trying to keep up all game because there was no other options, and he just had to completely run himself out.
Could you imagine if they got Alvaro Morata?
Morata that would actually, man, Morata in the MLS, a team like, yeah, that would actually be really good. Would it happen? I don't think so, but
I don't think so, but I mean they could get something like Diego Costa or someone that's old.
yeah. Yeah,
The
the dynamic
dynamic
duo of Lord Vernon and El Rey Morata. Yeah, I mean they are exciting, but MLS is over. Well, just about over. Over for me, anyways. Frankie, didn't watch the Mexican GP today. I'm disappointed. You're not an F1 fan. I watched it for you. That's okay. Your Mexican homeboy Sergio Perez came in third. Not a bad race. Yeah, F1's done in a couple weeks as well. So
I'm surprised they did that race that late. Where'd they run it at?
Mexico City, 4 p.m.
Oh, I gotcha. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, usually Formula One's like 6, 7 in the morning.
Yeah, it's usually like 9-ish, but that's because it's in Europe typically.
So I'm gonna just do this latest article that just came out like not even
Breaking
too long
news.
ago. Yeah, we can hit that. Just have to scroll. So Niccolo Ravioli's agent gives Max Allegri a selection dilemma. So this is saying that with the crucial goal that Juventus scored, the right-footed curler of the young Italian making headlines, his agent, Andrea D'Amico, got the opportunity to advocate Fagioli's regular selection in the team, suggesting that it is difficult not to play the 21-year-old midfielder. It was and I quote, paraphrase, it was a very emotional moment for him and the people around him, but this is only the beginning, and we hope we can contribute to show all this talent. He added, the Bianconeri have young people with great quality. When they play, they do very well. I hope Nicolo continues to be used. It takes more courage to leave him out than it is to put him in. So, in general, emerging through the ranks of Juventus after moving through their youth setup in 2015, Ravioli made a Serie A debut in 2021 as a second-half substitute for Rodrigo Bentancur against Crotone. Fagioli went out on loan with Cremonese over the summer, and in Cremona, the under-21 had a fantastic spell, led the team to a Serie A promotion by the end of the season. Saturday, this was his fourth appearance this season. Recent reports say that the midfielder will not be loaned out by Juve in the January transfer window after his heroics against Lecce. So, Fagioli looks like is here to stay.
Nice. Hopefully he continues picking it up as well as all our other youngsters. They're gonna have their ups and downs, of course, like we saw with Moretti, but they can all ball out in the best of occasions. 12 injuries, so we're gonna see them. We're gonna see more of them at least for the next little bit. So let's be excited and to send them those good vibes. I mean, hopefully some of these guys are like a Marquisio, for instance, right? They just grow up to be studs. Early projections for World Cup. We're already on this, are we? Mark the tape. It will be.
You know, it's funny that he says that because there was a supercomputer that did an analysis on it, and it said it's supposed to be Argentina and Portugal in the final.
Was that just like the FIFA sim?
No, it was like a supercomputer. Like how? I'm not gonna lie though, as a football fan, like how crazy would that be if it's Messi versus Ronaldo for the World Cup final?
That would be pretty awesome. Obviously,
Like that
I
would
don't see it happen. We'll see.
I don't, but like that would be legitimate like GOAT basis.
That would
like that.
it would be great. It would be
That would
great
be
for
like the thing
viewership.
is right then and there because both of them have like their respective Euro and Copa America. So it's like those two against each
That's the
other for the
last
World
thing.
Cup.
Yeah, and then they have the bragging right saying that they
Yeah.
won it, the other guy didn't. That would be huge. Frank is sending all the positive energy in the world to J Medical. Thanks for doing that. They need every ounce of it.
Speaking of J Medical, I actually have the tackle in slow mo that happened on Illing. You guys want to see it?
Obviously, Dash. Come on, let's see it.
So tell me if this is malintent or not, because tell me if there is an intention to play the ball here, because I personally think this might actually should have been a red card. So right there.
Oh yeah,
That knee goes here, and look, he is literally crunching. The ball's all the way out here. I think that should have been a red card because I think that's where he rolls his ankle. Yeah, it's his right foot. So look, this guy literally, so right there, see his foot? His foot went sideways.
Oh,
How he didn't break his ankle, that is insane. Like, look at that. Like, dude. Like, his foot is completely 90 degrees. Like, he should honestly be fined by the league.
you can make an argument for that, but it's Juve, so
Because, like, look at this. So, He's trying to tug him, so Illing stiff arms him completely. And then look, he falls over and
Just
actually
waits to see.
sticks his leg out in intent.
Mm.
And then continues to do what he's doing.
Well, it doesn't change anything. So
I get that, but the thing is he could have tore the kid's Achilles, could have done a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff to him.
It's dirty.
Like,
It's
that is
dirty, so maybe 20 days isn't so bad, but
Yeah, no, and the thing is, the crazy thing about this, guys, is that we're lucky that that's just a light sprain. He's
Yeah.
really lucky that's a light sprain.
probably swollen right up though. I've rolled a few ankles in my day. It is painful. Yep.
Like, geez, man, that to me is like super, super irritating.
There's some sweaters you guys should order from the store. I just ordered the pink one yesterday. So did Kevin. Speaking of Kevin, he's gonna be live at the Allianz Stadium Wednesday against PSG. We're gonna feed him straight into this, just like we did. Which match was the Monza match we had him? Empoli, no, Monza.
I think it was Monday.
Monza. Yeah. Anyways, we're doing that again. Are you here for the watch along?
Which
3
one?
p.m. The PSG one.
You mean 4 p.m.?
That's right, 4.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting that. 4
I'm
p.m.
here.
Okay, he's here. Watch along. So, just going ahead, just so you guys know what's going on this week. Tomorrow's night off, possibly a FIFA stream. See how things go. Tuesday pregame, Wednesday watch along, Thursday post game. When's our match on the weekend?
I think it's Sunday.
Is it a Sunday? So we got a Friday off. Nice. Friday's off.
I think we do. Wait, let me double check that.
Oh boy, check our work. Sorry, I'm trying to
Because they usually play Inter on Sundays, so I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, that's a pretty big game, right? What are Inter Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
2:45. Okay, perfect. So essentially, Monday and Fridays are nights off with possible FIFA streams. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll be here. Comments. All right. It was Empoli when Keane scored, I believe. Frankie, yes, thank you. You are correct. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We had all those reactions live. Thanks for remembering that. Yeah, because Monza was not a good game. But anyways, doesn't matter. Despite what happens here, PSG, it's going to be a packed stadium. Tickets are sold out. Kevin's got one in his usual spot. It's actually a pretty nice ticket. Great viewing angles for sure.
Yeah, he's got middle of the pitch.
Yeah, just about. View rows up, so you're not right behind the glass, but you got some good sight lines. Dash, do you have anything else?
No?
You want some sweet, sultry music?
Sultry music. But all right, hey everybody, thanks for watching the post-game show, or in this case, thanks for watching our most recent video. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, boom, click notifications, also click some of the suggested videos that are going to be popping up on these post-game streams. And with all that, thanks for watching Forza Juve, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Love you all. See you in a couple days, guys. Can't wait. Y'all have a good Sunday evening. Enjoy your week ahead.
See.